Hey guys, how's the sound? Let me know in chat. Hey Kursuma, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I am good.
Awesome.
Wanting to make
Awesome.
sure, yes, wanting to make sure the sound is good for everybody. No echo. You can hear us loud and clear and all that good stuff.
Oh, Jennifer says it sounds great. Awesome.
Okay, good, Hooligan. Thank you. Appreciate it. How was everybody's fourth? Everybody have a good time with the family? Foxfire, I love you, but I can't handle this case. Sound is great. Oh, Foxy, I get you. Hey, Mark, welcome in. Hey, MJ Maxie. Hey, Hooligan. Rena. Uh, yeah, this case is disturbing. Hey, Tracy. I started looking at it yesterday when I seen little clips and stuff come across, and I was like, holy shit. We have to look at this case because nothing made sense. It was just weird.
It went from
So
weird to crazy.
yes. And then I was going to go live earlier, but I'm trying to pack and get ready for a trip I'm taking off this weekend. So with some friends, no Wi-Fi, no cell phone service. It's going to be like heaven for a fucking week.
Yes,
Heaven.
absolutely.
Much needed. I can't wait. Hey, MK, welcome in.
Hey, Moon.
Hey, Moon Kitten. So has everybody heard about Rudy? Love his heart. Rudy. It's a sad, sad story. Like, it's actually kind of confusing. There's not a lot of information on it. There's more coming out, of course, but um, it just don't make sense. Like, where the hell has he been for 8 years? And then we find out some more today. But let me try to see if this works. I'm gonna share screen, hopefully. Just be patient and give me 1 second. And then we will try this video. Share screen. And if it's too loud, let me know in chat if it's too loud, okay? You better.
Oh, I don't think you're sharing volume.
No sound?
Yeah, I didn't know if you could hear me or not.
No, I couldn't. Holy shit. You know what I forgot to do, don't you? Thanks, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Okay, just 1 minute, you all. We'll do this again.
Mark,
I know what I
Mark
did.
is not too loud for sure, he says.
Because I forgot to click on the box. That's why. I know. God. Okay, this time I'm clicked on share audio. So let's try this shit again.
Near Tidwell and Park Drive, she spoke with family members about how he's doing.
Family members tell me Rudy Farias is in bad shape right now, but they are grateful to finally have him back home. And now that he's been found, there are a lot of questions about where he was the past 8 years. The search for 17-year-old Rudy Farias is now over. 8 years after he was last seen, the now 25-year-old's family says he is found safe.
How this happened? Well, we believe in miracles, and this certainly was a miracle.
Tim Miller is a director for Texas Equisearch. He is one of several people who helped search high and low for Farias.
I can't even tell you how many times we've searched and how many leads and tips came in, and then they just kind of faded away, and we heard nothing, and now all of a sudden this.
Investigators say he disappeared in March 2015. He was last seen walking his 2 dogs. The dogs were found, but Farias was not. At the time, loved ones said he suffered from PTSD, depression, and asthma.
I'm scared because he's out there alone by himself.
Miller says they followed up on every tip.
In the very beginning, I met with a family and detectives out there by his house where he disappeared, and we found a backpack. We actually talked to somebody who had one of the catering trucks, which felt as though that they saw him and stuff. Then there was different possible sightings in different places.
Miller says he never would have imagined Farias is still alive.
I think now, there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of investigation to kind of see what happened, where it happened, how it happened.
Again, there's still a lot of questions about how.
A minute concerning that 25-year-old man found alive after he went missing 8 years ago.
And as those new details come in, there are many more questions we have about where he's been all these years. ABC 13's Brooke Taylor has been speaking with neighbors who are stunned to find out the man who they say lives on their street was ever a missing person in the first place.
Yeah, these neighbors were just completely shocked because they never even knew that Rudy Farias was missing, let alone for 8 years. They tell me that they knew him as Dolph, short for Rudolph. They told me they see him often, they text with him, they even hang out with him.
Like, I'm confused right now. I'm like, what's going on?
These neighbors are shocked after seeing reports that missing 25-year-old Rudy Farias was found after missing for 8 long years. Court records reveal his mother lives a few houses down from them, and they tell us her son lives there and they hang out with him often.
He used to come in my garage
Come on, boys.
and
Chill
chill with my cousin, my son, my daughter. She's at work right now, but yeah, boy, ain't been missing since he no.
Both say they've spoken to him in the last 5 months and even text. Other neighbors say they've seen him living there for years.
We were chilling, laughing, good time.
Some days he go to the park and sit in the park around the corner by himself.
Houston police say they got a call on Thursday about a man sleeping outside a church in Magnolia Park. He had something on him with a family member's identification, police say, and that's how they were able to contact his mom. Then Texas for the Missing tweeted out over the weekend that man was Rudy Farias, who had been missing since 2015 when he didn't return back from a walk with his dogs. His mother shared pictures with ABC 13 of her son at the hospital, telling us he was found with cuts and bruises, and even cried to me over the phone, saying she believed her son had been kidnapped and hasn't seen him in years. His mother told officials at the time of his disappearance that he suffered from depression and PTSD since his brother died in a motorcycle accident in 2011, something these neighbors say he spoke about.
He said he had lost a brother in a motorcycle accident. I know when you're thinking about his brother, he really wouldn't come hang out. He would go sit back there in the woods by himself.
And now they're trying to wrap their heads around why he or his mom would ever say he's been missing for the past 8 years. And I just got off the phone with his mother just a few minutes ago, and I asked the mother about who the neighbors have been seeing, and she was insistent with me that the person they were seeing was her nephew. So she showed me a picture of her nephew. I showed that picture to the neighbors you just heard from, and they said, absolutely not. That is not the person they know as Dolph. So many questions here. I have reached out to Houston police to ask them about this because it's a holiday. They're not in right now, but we do know that they are set to speak to him tomorrow. Of course, we
working this case for over 24 hours now. Mario, you spoke with the chief of HPD earlier. What is he saying about this case tonight?
Yeah, Chief Finner had a very, very guarded responses. They were not very long regarding a case that has proven to be very complex.
Well, Mario, look, that's a case that's very, very active and don't have a whole lot to say to you.
Houston Police Department Chief Troy Finner speaking for the first time on the case of Rudy Farias, only to KPRC2 investigates.
I just think that we need to get in and get some answers. You know, right now, if you don't talk to somebody, we don't have any answers, okay? But, you know, we'll get down to the bottom of it.
It's very, very strange.
Tim Miller of EquiSearch also is attempting to get to the bottom of it, admitting he has spoken with HPD investigators routinely since Farias was discovered last Thursday outside this church in Southeast Houston. Miller says in the last 24 hours, HPD has told them the following.
They want to go visit Rudy. They want to go talk with family, and they want to put things together, but nobody has what you got.
Miller is referencing this video. We obtained it after workers at a business near where Rudy Farias was found expressed concerns. They say the man in the video never visited their establishment before, but that he came in only hours before Farias was discovered. He was incoherent, had no money, and left after someone purchased a meal for him. A few hours later, Farias, who was unable to talk, according to his family, was found across the street.
The mystery man in that video needs to be tracked down and checked out immediately.
Why?
In case that's Rudy.
Miller says if the mystery man in this video turns out to be Farias, then it may shift the investigation, eliminating an original theory that Farias was dumped at the church.
This could possibly put a whole brand new spin on this.
We show Chief Finner the video that KPRC2 investigates secured of the man that had workers concerned, a man that is now generating questions.
We just want to verify some things. I don't want to, you know, go on your video or anybody else. I think when we get it in and have an opportunity to, you know, review it, we'll make that determination.
Now, I also spoke today with the mother of Rudy Farias. I extended her the invitation to speak with KPRC2 Investigates about this case, about what she is feeling right now, about her son coming home. She declined our offer for this day, but perhaps we'll be speaking with her in the near future.
Okay. So this catches everybody up other than today. If you want to, I'm going to add that too. If you want to play that. And then Moon and MJ, I think. Maybe it was Moon that didn't see this part.
Are you playing the other part, or do you want me to?
No, I have you added to the stream, actually, what you had up earlier, what you was looking at.
Gotcha.
With the activist coming in, yeah.
This guy.
Mm-hmm.
Been here
For a few hours, yes.
What are the conversations like?
Let me first apologize for my appearance. Received an emergency phone call to get over here for this meeting with the detectives, Rudy's mother and Rudy. So I dropped everything I was doing and made it as fast as I possibly could. And spent about an hour and 20 minutes one-on-one with Rudy and one of the detectives. I heard horrific things from that young man. And I did not want him to see me start shedding tears, but I couldn't hold back the tears because of the things he was saying to us, detective and myself. No child should ever be treated like that by your own mother. This young man said that when he initially ran away, he came back 2 days later, and she told him that he had to hide, that he was going to get in trouble, and they were going to arrest him for running away, and that he had to continue hiding. So she hid him out for a while, then brought him back to the house and hid him in the home. And initially, whenever the investigators would come, she would hide him in the house. And he kept saying, I don't want her to go to prison. I don't want her to get in trouble. I don't want her to go to jail. And so we asked him, why did you run away? And he said he just got tired of her not respecting his boundaries. And she said that he wanted his own life. And his exact word was, I was tired of living like a slave. She would take him to work with her, and he would do the required work she was supposed to do. And a lot of the responsibilities of her job was on him. And he went on to say that what troubled him the most was her crossing his personal space boundaries. He said that she would make him sleep in the bed with her. And he said that she made him play daddy.
Mm.
He said that he didn't like getting in the bed with, that he would try to sneak out of the bed and sometimes hide under the bed, but she told him he had to be her husband. That's a damn shame. The little boy said she was the one providing drugs to him for years. Hallucination drugs, mushrooms, etc. And that the reason why he was left, he was just tired of her crossing his boundaries. When he would shower, she would come and pull the shower curtain back and stare at him, and then she would make him bathe her with the
Bit of
soap.
a trigger warning here.
Yes.
And he ran away this time because he was tired. It's a goddamn shame. I ain't never in my life heard of a mother doing to a child what this woman did.
Were you at all there when the mother was questioned?
Yes.
And what was her reaction when
Yes.
she talked to you?
And I knew something was wrong with the story. When she was questioned, when they found him, he had her credit card in his pocket. She just canceled that credit card 2.5 years ago. So if he's been missing for 8 years, how the hell he get your credit card in his pocket when they found him from 2.5 years ago? And he said to us that she gave him that credit card so he could go and buy her certain things.
But with the other allegations, what was her response to those allegations?
She hadn't even heard them because we had to remove her from the room.
But she hadn't been questioned about that.
Can you describe her demeanor and his demeanor during questioning?
When she was in the room, he wouldn't say nothing. He wouldn't say one word when she was in the room. But the minute she left the room and we were allowed to talk to the young man, and he asked, he said, can I speak with Mr. X by myself? Can I talk to Quanell by myself? And the detective was like, well, can one of us stay in the room? And he was like, okay, but I'll talk to him. When she left, when he first came here, he was holding on to her. He wouldn't talk to her. He wouldn't say one word to anybody. Like he was petrified. But the minute he got alone by himself, he slowly calmed down. And he slowly began to talk very coherently and specific details.
This is a man in his mid-20s. People might wonder, why not run away from this situation? Why not get yourself out of it? Did he give you any explanation about that?
I honestly believe, based on what he said to us, she was drugging the hell out this kid. And she convinced him that he was in trouble for initially running away and that law enforcement wanted to arrest him and put him in jail for running away. She had convinced him that all type of agencies were looking for him to put him in jail.
He was in plain sight, according to you, that he would take her to work.
No, he would go to work with her.
Right. He would
stay at the job
she
with
would
her.
take him to work. Where did she work and where was he doing this work?
It was some kind of security job or something like that. Where they were at, I don't know, but it was a security type job, a nighttime security watch type job.
How did he end up in
We still can't. He admitted that he had took mushrooms, okay. And 2 weeks before this, or a week, maybe not even whole 2 weeks, her car was stolen. Okay, when her car was stolen, she didn't know how the car was stolen, but the keys were in the car, and he stole the car. That's when he got into the accident in the car, and it was him that got into the accident in that car.
What was the story? I mean, this is 8 years he was reported missing. What's the story that he's been? I spoke to neighbors who said he went by adult, but he never kind of told anyone what happened. What was his story?
Because she had convinced him that he was in so much trouble for initially running away, and she gave this boy serious drugs to the point to where this boy needs extensive professional help.
How did he stay missing for so long? I mean, 8 years.
He was allowed to visit with some of the neighbors under an assumed name. She believed that after so many years, people had forgotten about the case, and that under an assumed name, and convinced him to use that name, nobody would put two and two together.
But he never told any of the people that he was with what was happening?
Never told anybody what was going on. And let me say this. That young man's body have scars all over it. Slice wounds from here, from his forearm to his wrist. All type of scars on this kid. And he said that she often locked him in the room, that she would give him drugs and lock him in the room. And there's a whole lot of mental health issues there, I believe, induced because of the drugs that this young man was
Well,
getting.
at any point during this process today, did you see the mother detained by HPD?
They took her to another room and kept her there for a minute after he had confided with us what was said. I know they were on the phone with the DA's office and their superiors about this case, but I want everybody to know something. This young boy was not kidnapped by some strangers and he got away and they found him. That's not the case here.
You know, this happened on Thursday, and we're nearly a week later, and investigators waited almost a week to speak to him. Hearing the story that you heard, is it a concern that they waited this long to hear from him, given the story that you were told? It seems like he's had 8 years of dealing with this, and now another week.
I was shocked that they have not done more. I was shocked that they had not executed a search warrant on the home. I was shocked by that. And I said, don't you all think you need to get busy and execute a search warrant on that home? And the young man made it crystal clear to us that that's where he was, in the house. But he was living under this fake assumed name.
You think police failed in this situation?
Oh, big time. No doubt about it. Absolutely they did. Because there were several instances where calls were made about him to law enforcement, and they did not properly follow up and follow through based on the history of that address. Because she hadn't changed addresses.
And residents were saying this morning that she brought bags and she was trying to leave. Do you know something about
She was
that?
trying to do what?
She was trying to leave the house. She was trying to leave the house?
She did leave the house.
She was trying
And
to escape?
she left. She did leave the house, and she was trying to get away from the house. Yes.
Why was she at this hotel?
She said she felt that she was not safe going home because she had been receiving threats.
What now? Is the police investigation over? Where are they?
I can't say at what state their investigation is, but what I can say, it ain't no way in hell that woman shouldn't be locked up immediately, and that boy needs to go to the best drug rehab and best psychological mental health facility that we can find for him. He's a good kid. He's a good kid. That kid was just severely abused.
And what was the mother's reaction when you brought these stories to her?
I couldn't go back in the presence at that point. The police felt it was just best that she and I not speak again because I was bitter.
Is she aware of these, that the son told you?
Yes, she's aware. And then she goes back in there and tries to tell him, and she don't even know that was recorded. Tell him that you made it all up. That was just a lie.
You said she would ask him to play daddy. Can you just she was sexually abused?
She would ask him to play daddy. She told him that he had to be the husband. She would force him to sleep in the bed with her. And he was forced to sleep at times in the beds with no clothes on.
Was anything
And
else done?
yes, but I don't want to talk about the kissing and all of that stuff. And
But he was telling you that there was some sort of sexual action that was happening between him and
if your mother tongue kissing you in the bed with her naked, what the hell is that? I mean, damn, do we have to go that far? That's what happened. This is sick.
Quanell,
This ain't normal. This is sick.
Quanell, if these allegations are true, and I understand the position you're in, if they are true, how long before you think there's an arrest?
Based on what that young man said to me in front of the detective, I don't see why she's not in handcuffs right now. I don't see why she's not in handcuffs right now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, do you see how sick? Because see, if everybody's not familiar with this case, he went missing at age 17.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. He went missing because it was over, right, Kursima?
Yes, it was. I just couldn't
Okay.
go again or something.
Okay. So He was 17 years old, March the 6th, 2015. He went walking with his dogs. Well, and this was Houston, Texas. The dogs was found safe, but Rudy wasn't. He was reported missing for 8 years until Thursday the 29th, when he was found on a church steps with cuts and bruises on him. He's now 25 years old. So for 8 years, how the hell did this mother keep him hostage? Like, how did, as far as like, how did no family member, nobody knew, even the neighbors, they said they were confused when this story came out because they said they knew him as Dolph, not Rudy, but is short for Rudolph, his name. They said that he would come over in the garage and hang out with their kids and cousins and shit. So how in the world, this just blew my mind that she kept him hostage for 8 years and nobody knew. Like the family didn't know. So this just, God, it was sick, sick, sick. And then to come to find out, that he had said that he's been abused, and just makes me sad, sad.
It's very, very sad.
Well, like the activist said earlier, he's going to have to go through treatment, drug treatment.
Oh.
She's kept him drugged for 8 years.
Drug, yep, and emotional. I mean, this poor, I don't want to call him a boy. He's a man now, but he's going to have a lifetime of counseling.
Yes, yes. And I can't remember when it happened, but I know he lost his older brother due to a motorcycle accident. So he was dealing with that and had some depression. Even the neighbors had made that statement saying that he would go off in the woods and stay by himself when he was thinking about him, and he would talk to the neighbors about it. So this boy lived, a rough life for 8 years. Well, hell, before, I'm sure, because it didn't start 8 years ago. I don't think. That's just my opinion, of course, but gosh.
Yeah, Mark, yeah, he was allowed to leave the house, but it's almost like what they call it, Stockholm syndrome, where you just listen to what they say.
Yeah. Yep.
He wasn't allowed to go far.
No, the neighbor's house, I guess it was next door. He was able to go to the garage and hang out and stuff. And then even when they said, well, wait a minute, I'm confused because we've seen him. Like, how was he missing? And then the mother told the news station, well, it was her nephew, I think. Is that what she said?
Yes.
And so she showed a picture. Well, then the news anchor showed the neighbor, and they said, absolutely not. That's not who we seen. We seen Dolph. That's who we seen.
Right.
So holy shit. Little Belly Brown, welcome in. World, it is a ball. Yes, I think so too. Happened, way longer than 8 years. Yep. It's sad. Right, MJ?
Well, when he went, when he first ran away, when he ran away in 2015, he said he ran away because he was tired of being controlled by his mom. And when I first heard that, I'm like, well, what kid isn't tired of it? But he was only gone for 2 days and came back.
Right. 2 days. Yeah. But I wonder if he came back or did they get him? Like, did they bring him back?
He said he came back after 2 days.
Okay. He came back. Okay. You like your bitch bot command, MJ? She's not only true crime, she believes in all kinds of shit. Like, she's funny. I really like MJ. But yeah, so what do you all think? Have you all been watching anything on this case? I know I started looking at it the other day and I was mind blown. I was like, how the hell was he gone for 8 years like this? And then he was okay. So it didn't add up to me to begin with because you don't normally see that shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Something was wrong somewhere.
There's just so much weird things going on right now.
Yes. Yes.
It's like
MJ couldn't get BitchBot to work earlier. It must be a lag. Huh. Yeah, because look, your MJ was earlier and then there's Nightbot. coming back later, so that's weird. Huh. Hi, Johnny. Welcome in. But yeah, that's I'm going to keep up with this because, like I said, I just wanted to go live before I left for the weekend. I'm going to be gone for a week. I won't have any service. I'll be off the grid. I cannot wait for this shit. So
What are
I
we all
wanted
going
to
to
do
do
this.
without you?
Yeah, we'll just have to start a group chat.
Yes.
I know. Gosh. It's going to be peaceful, though. I've really needed this. I've needed this for a while now. Well, I always go every year, and I just haven't went. I didn't go last year, so I'm looking forward to this.
Yep. Go and relax. Have a good time. Reset.
Yes. Yes. I really like the off the grid shit too because sometimes you need to unplug and get your
absolutely.
mind right. Absolutely. Yep. So, I was trying to see if I covered the neighbors. I covered the today, that coming out. And then of course he was 17. Now he's with the activist now, right? He's not with his mom, correct?
I'm not sure where he's at right now. I hope he's not with his mom. I don't think so. I would hope that there's some sort of protection, protective order in, at least temporary, until they can figure this out.
Yeah. Which I don't see how, because that's his story that he told. And when they were in the room with the detectives and the mother was in there, he was quiet and wouldn't speak. As soon as she left the room is when he opened up and said all. He told all.
Yep.
She should have been arrested right then. That's, I don't know. That's just, well, no, Foxy, it showed him walking out with the
Was that
activist.
But was that at the hotel or was that from the hospital?
Okay, then I'm confused because he was at the hospital. Surely he was at the hospital and he was already there. And then the law enforcement hadn't talked to him yet. So
I
after
know.
law enforcement talked to him, that's when the activist was in the room with him. Remember?
Yeah, but was that at the hotel? Because I thought they said something about a hotel. Yep, hotel.
Yes, they did. But okay, did he leave the hospital and go to a hotel from there then?
Must
The
have.
hotel
Yep,
wasn't.
left hospital and went
Okay.
to hotel. Sure, I know because the
Okay.
building looked like a hospital that they walked out of too.
Because his head was covered up. Okay. So hopefully he's with him because, he was terrified and wouldn't speak until she left the room and then he told all. So
Right.
he needs protection. I don't care, how old he is. He's still a kid. He's still a kid. And he's been abused all this time. So he needs protection. He does. He needs protection from her.
Well, and if he was under that, under so much, drugs and things like that, hopefully he's getting some sort of help right away.
Yes. Golly, it's just, this story broke my heart. CGG, yes, he does need protection.
Oh, they let her go after the DA gets the charges together. Well, hopefully they have a close eye on this woman.
Right. Yes. Because my gosh, it's just not okay. That's the thing. Like she could do anything, so they should take him anyway until, like Hooligan said. Well, I understand they let her go, but they shouldn't allow him to be with her in the meantime until they investigate it and make sure. He should not, she shouldn't be around. Yeah, his mother's sick, Hooligan. But she shouldn't be allowed around him, in my opinion, at all.
I think with that, well, hopefully that activist could do something, to keep him away. But I don't, can you? He's 25. Can he say he wants to go back home? I don't know.
Well, surely, too, that's his right, too, with HIPAA. You can state who you want in there, so he can say, no, I don't want her anywhere near me.
Right.
So that's true. I forgot about him. In my head, he's still 17 for some reason, but you're right, where he's 25 now.
25, yeah.
Yes, I hope he gets the help he needs. He needs a MK. It's just so heartbreaking. And I didn't pay attention. Does he have siblings? I didn't even pay attention to that.
I didn't hear anything about siblings. It's come up so quick.
Yeah. Well, I had company and then I had to stop. Hooligan, do you know, does he have siblings? Hooligan, I know you'll know.
We had the one brother that passed away.
Correct. Yeah.
I don't know if he's had any others.
And I guess
Hopefully
he's had it
not.
rough since.
I hope not.
Right. Right, Gigi. There's no telling what he's been through because just from what the activist said, he's been through hell and back. It's horrible. Because even the mother said he won't speak. Well, hell, no wonder he wouldn't speak. That was in one of her interviews. Like he won't speak, can't talk. Well, shit, he was scared to talk. The bitch was
Right.
there. Okay, Charlie was his half brother. Yeah. Okay. God. His father committed suicide and his brother passed. So there was just the two of them. Okay. Oh my God. And I wonder how the mother was beforehand, before that. Not excusing it. I'm not excusing it. I'm not. But I wonder if she just had a mental breakdown and just lost her shit after the older brother had passed, which there again, I'm not excusing it at all. I'm just curious, like how she was prior to that.
Well, she held down a job. So I don't know.
Yeah. And you seen that? I don't know if you showed that because I was trying to do something in the background. But did you show the part where the family, that little clip where they was like shaking, crying, saying, "I cannot believe she's had him all this time." Did you show that part?
No. Sorry.
That was at the top of that page. That's actually a good video.
Okay. I didn't play that one. I just played the other one.
Go ahead if you don't mind, because I know people's probably going to have questions. Because that was my big thing. Like, how the hell could family members not know he was alive for 8 years? To me, that blew my fucking mind.
Let me find it here.
Well, Moon Kitten, I hope the hell so. I didn't look. I mean, he looked like he was beat up or whatever, but I know she fed him drugs. That's for a fact. Even like they said mushrooms and stuff like the golly, he was tripping. So sad.
Okay, I pulled up.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and add this to the stream, you all. And here's a little clip. Hi, Hemi. Welcome in. I'm going to add it now, Kursuma.
Okay.
The teen, who is now 25 years old, new details in the case of a missing Houston teen found alive last week after 8 years. The teen, who is now 25 years old, met with police at a hotel in Humble. He made shocking allegations against his own mother. Fox 26's Matthew Seedorf is live outside the hotel tonight with what we're learning. Matthew.
Well, Caroline, that 25-year-old and his mother just leaving this hotel within the last hour or so, but the new allegations we're learning tonight are shocking. 25-year-old Rudy Farias IV with a towel over his face outside this hotel Wednesday with Houston activist Quanell X. Until last week, Rudy was considered a missing person, last seen as a 17-year-old in 2015 walking his dogs in Northeast Houston. Then on Thursday, Rudy was found alive outside a Houston church after 8 years. Since then, many people have questioned if Rudy was ever missing at all. Today, police here with Quanell X speaking with Rudy and his mother. According to Quanell, Rudy told them he has been with his mom, being held captive against his will for 8 years.
But the minute he got alone by himself, he slowly calmed down and he slowly began to talk very coherently and specific details. He said that she often locked him in the room, that she would give him the drugs and lock him in the room. It ain't no way in hell that woman shouldn't be locked up immediately. And that boy needs to go to the best drug rehab and best psychological mental health facility that we can find for him. He's a good kid. He's a good kid. That kid was just severely abused.
Family members hearing the allegations also showing up to the hotel shocked.
That's wrong. She lied to the family so many years. Okay, now I don't know what HPD. Where have y'all been? Okay, I raised that boy all my life. Okay, that's wrong what she did. I've been looking for 2015 or 2016. Nowhere to be found. I thought he was. I guess not. She hid for her family. That was wrong and awful. You mean? It hurt me, my cousin, and all my family right now.
So far, no arrests have been made in this case, but we just get a statement from the Houston Police Department basically saying that they can't comment on this investigation right now, but their detectives did interview that boy's mother this evening, and we're expecting a press conference at HPD sometime on Thursday. We'll have much more tonight at 6 o'clock. We're live in Humboldt. Matthew Seedorf, Fox 26 News.
Okay, MJ Maxey, what was different about this time? Please don't take it wrong. What exactly triggered this particular event? Well, do you mean like maybe she's always mistreated him? I don't understand the question, MJ Maxey. Yes, Rich. This was the boy that was found. Yeah. Welcome in, Rich, too, by the way. MJ, I'm not sure what you mean by that question. Do you, Christina?
No, what exactly triggered this particular event? We don't know if it was just a specific event or if it's been going on for a while.
Right. And I assume it had been going on. And if it had been going on for a while, then the system failed another one because it should have showed, there should have been signs, right?
Mm-hmm. You would think.
Mm-hmm. Right, right. Especially to this extreme. I mean, good freaking grief. Think about that. That's extreme, holding him captive for 8 years and
Yes.
abusing him,
Yep.
to have their child abused.
Weird.
Yes. Let me find. Yes, Foxy. Holy shit. Yes, that's right. It's awful when you find out it's the parents or a close family member.
Yeah.
It's very upsetting. It's already bad enough that our kids keep getting hurt by just strangers, but when you come to find out it's a family member or a mother, holy shit.
Right.
Like the world's getting dark. It really is. It's getting dark. It's a dark, dark, evil, evil, evil place. Not a happy case, but at least I agree, Rich, at least he was found. He's really going to he's going to need a lot of help. Let's see what MJ said. For 8 years, he had been enduring this, probably longer, but something triggered. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I understand, MJ Maxey, I understand. Something triggered, right, for him to be found. And maybe he escaped because he was found on the steps of the church, and it was a bystander, right, that just reported him, that found him. So
yes,
for the police to find him, the guy from the gym. Yeah. So maybe he escaped. The whole story as far as that isn't out yet. And I'll try to keep you all updated with things. If I don't do a live, maybe I can put a video together because like I said, I'm going away this weekend and I still have packing. I've got my list done, but I haven't really finished packing. But let's see, hooligan. The police failed. They didn't investigate the many calls of the sightings. They didn't have to go on as, you know what? I couldn't agree more, hooligan. That's sad. It is. It's sad. Carol freaking Claus. Welcome in, girlfriend.
I love that name.
Yeah, I love her. She's wild. She's wild.
But yeah, like it's just everything. There's so much evolving yet in this case, and so much new.
Well, hell, for the neighbor to know them and see him, and that's the thing. He was reported missing 8 years ago.
Right.
And for the neighbor to say, hey, he's been over, in and out of my garage, hanging out with we've seen him all the time.
And the family the family not see him.
Yes. That just blows my mind.
Carol's husband's name is Santa.
Oops. I love we are starting from the beginning and putting correct, MJ Maxey. That's exactly right. I do like it. I'm not accepting of the trip for the record, but I support the need to get away crazy. I know, Foxy, nobody is, but it's much needed. But yeah, I'll try to keep up, like I said, keep you all posted. I'm sure everybody else, Allie. Well, actually, MK, did you say Kate was covering this as well? Go ahead and let's see. Let me find Kate's channel. Let me get her her link in here just in case everybody's not subbed to Kate's, because I think Kate's covering it too, and that way people can head over there when I'm going to be gone and
Right.
check in. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if anything really, comes up. and
Yeah.
That way everybody can stay on top of it, like she said, right away. You're on it right away.
Yes. Okay, here is Kate's channel. She's covering it as well, and that way you all can check, in and out. And then I'm sure like Alex Erickson, she'll cover it some. She always covers when a new case comes, she'll cover it some, so you can check her out. I think I have her in BitchBot. Let's see. I think everybody here subbed to Allie, though. Well, be safe, Crazy Mama, on your getaway. And it was a great live. Thanks, Johnny. Thanks a bunch. Okay, Kate is covering it, Hooligan said, so good. Well, I appreciate everybody for coming in, and let's get this out. And I guess hopefully every day, new stuff will come up and we'll find out more about this. But so far, that's all we had. Right, Kursuma?
Yes. Yep. And just pray that, this poor boy gets the help he needs, which it sounds like he will be.
Yes. Prayers for Rudy. Golly, this is just so horrible. And like I say, I keep saying boy because I keep thinking of him as a 17-year-old boy.
I know. But even still at 25, I mean,
yeah,
that's younger.
He's still a boy.
The kids. Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Mark. Well, thank you all for joining us. And like I said, y'all can sub up to Kate. Thanks, everybody, for being here. And until next time, God bless.
Bye.